Okay, it's Berkley Local. My name is Chris, and I'm here today with Sandi Matz and Rochelle Adler of Council ReSale, which is located in downtown Berkeley. Welcome.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you. Thank you for joining me. All right, what is Council ReSale?
We are a nonprofit run by the National Council of Jewish Women resale shop. All the proceeds go back into the community. We're donation based.
And when I understand, it's not like a new organization. It's been around for a while.
National Council of Jewish Women Michigan
Yes.
is 133 years old.
Okay.
I have not been a member since the beginning.
Okay.
So, it's all good. But we are part of a national organization.
Okay.
And we are there to protect and work for the rights of women, children, and families. We fundraise. We have community impact projects. We do backpack projects. We have a back-to-school store where we clothe and give school supplies to 900 children in the city of Detroit. Our backpack project, which I mentioned, is for homeless children in Oakland County, which people are surprised, but yes, there are homeless children in Oakland County. And we make blankets in our office. Those are for children that are either in the hospital or in the court system. And we are also an agency of advocacy. We work on promoting the vote, on rights for women. We work on gun violence prevention, and we take care of everything related to women, children, and families. And the way we are able to do all of our impact projects, we get grants, we get donations, and then we have our resale store, which funds all our projects and programs, which Rochelle said everything at the resale store goes right back into the community.
So the resale store, Council ReSale, began in 1934 in Detroit.
Yes.
And it was originally not part of the organization, right? It
No,
it was
always
always part of the organization.
Always part of the
Okay.
organization,
It's always
yes.
part of the organization.
Yep.
How does if you have an independent resale store, can they join the organization, or do you guys, does the national organization always go out and found individual local locations, local buildings, or?
Really, what the resale store is, it's just a project of NCJW,
Okay.
just like all of our other projects, but this one happens to make money for us.
Okay.
So it has nothing to do with the national organization.
Okay. Are there other resale stores that are projects of the organization?
Not of ours, but in other states, there
Okay.
are other National Council of Jewish Women resale stores in other states.
Okay, but in Michigan,
This is it.
this is it.
And
This
this
is
is the only one in Berkeley.
Okay, and so how long have you been it started in Detroit, 1934, but what's some of the history after that, and when did you guys come to Berkeley? How long have you been there?
Sandy, you would know a little bit more
well,
there.
we
Oh,
were we had a store in Royal Oak,
Okay,
but in Berkeley, I think 34 years, Rochelle.
okay,
Yes.
34
Yes,
years in Berkeley.
Same location.
Yeah.
okay. And it's all based on people donating materials from the
Yes.
community? So, yeah, how do
So
you?
we're 100% donation based,
Okay,
which means that people from the community, all around community, we have a very generous community. They just drop off. Donation doors are opened Monday through Saturday, 10 to 4. Closed on Wednesdays. We play catch up on that day, and the store is closed on Sundays. We accept clothing, women and men clothing, accessories, household goods, home decor items, kitchen gadgets, shoes, handbags, ties, anything of just about everything. What we don't accept is large furniture, electronics, and books.
if someone comes in with a truckload of couches, where do you point them?
We recommend several different other agencies that would accept them.
Okay. Yes, you mentioned no children's clothes, no books, and no large furniture, but everything else, you've got it.
Right.
So what's the most popular item when people come in there to buy something? What are they looking for most of the time?
It depends on the time of the year.
Okay.
Okay. This time of the year, they're looking for that summer outfit, those fabulous summer sandals. Could be a fabulous vintage bridal dress that's just stunning and elegant. So it just, like I said, depends. And there also people just come in just to look for that treasure.
Okay.
Just that they'll stroll for hours until they find a treasure.
Any recent treasures you've seen in the store come to mind? Anything stand out recently? Anything really unique or really special that you've seen come in?
Well, the vintage wedding dresses.
Okay.
And there's a variety of them in the store right now, and those are real special. Also, our household items, some beautiful things like Rosenthal dishes. We have Baccarat comes in, and those are like treasures.
Okay.
Baccarat crystal and what else?
We also have a lot of couture, higher end clothing, Chanel, Prada. We have a whole section of couture in the store, and people really come looking for that. And it's so interesting that Rochelle used the word treasure, because that's what I always say about Council Resale. It's a treasure hunt. People come in and they know what they're looking for and they go right to it, or they'll stroll through the store, going through all the racks until they find just what they want.
And then you said, we were talking earlier, you get various things with various labels, different designers, and you say you have an authentication process, so everything in the couture section, you
Right.
said.
So everything that comes in with a couture label on it, if we can't authenticate it, then we get it authenticated. So that way we know it's legitimate, and we price it at a wonderful price point. Anybody can shop at the resale shop.
Now, I'd imagine in the window, I can't tell from, there's windows, obviously, there's window displays. So do you decide what goes on the mannequins or the busts there in the window? Who actually gets
Yes,
to
I
do
do.
that?
We have a
Okay.
display manager also that does the windows.
Okay.
And we discuss it, and just about every month, the windows are changed.
Okay.
And they go with the season, or there's a particular theme, and they're fun, and it just draws attention.
Now-
I've had people drive by the window, get a couple miles away and say, wait a minute, and turn around and come back.
So if something's in the window, does it last long, or do people?
Usually
I
not.
was going to say yes. Okay. Very good. Very good. What else? So shoes. I'm going to show you some pictures of some of the items you've got. So art. Yeah. So art. So tell me, have you found any you authenticate the clothing? Have you ever had to say, oh my gosh, it's a Rembrandt, or have you anything like that?
I do have some people that will come in and look at the art.
Okay.
We pull it aside if we're not sure, because I want to make sure that everything is legitimate
Right.
and 100% once it hits the floor. So I
Okay.
do have people that come in and look at everything.
Is it largely just prints and paintings, or do you get any sculptures?
We
it
get
looks like?
sculptures, we
Okay.
have china, we have crystals, we have glass, we get the milky glass, the vintage glass.
Okay.
Just a variety of items, and all different from all over the world too, which is real interesting.
And all different price points, so anybody can come and shop in our home decor area.
Okay.
Somebody that wants the Rosenthal china, or somebody that just wants a little knick-knack to put on a table.
So forgive me because I know very little about China. This Rosenthal China, can you give me a summary or a description or explanation of, is that very coveted? Is that desirable? What do
It's
we-
very desirable.
Okay.
It's a china. They also make glassware.
Okay.
They make art pieces also. But then there's Limoges that comes from France. And it's a very collectible item also, but very beautiful and delicate. And we get that in. And it's just beautiful things, and beautiful dishware from Japan that is like luminous, just like I said, from all over the world.
Wow. Here in
Yeah.
Berkeley.
In Berkeley.
Wow. Okay. Is there a time during the year when you get more donations than usual? What's your heaviest donation time? Or is it pretty even?
It's pretty even. We are very blessed because like I said, we have a generous community with our donations.
We are really grateful to our community for their donations. I like to say that the unintended consequence of COVID was the increase of our donations. We had to close for a little while.
Okay.
And a lot of businesses did not reopen, but we are very happy we could reopen. And when people were home with nothing to do, they were cleaning out their closets.
So yeah, what's the reason? Yeah,
And
clean
they
out,
were
okay.
cleaning out their closets and bringing us everything that they were cleaning out. And it hasn't stopped. It inspired people
Wow.
to clean out those closets.
I remember during COVID, a lot of people suddenly turned to jigsaw puzzles to pass the time. Now, since COVID, have you seen an abundance of used
Yes.
jigsaw puzzles? Okay,
Yes,
very
Yes.
good.
an overabundance.
I was going to say, okay. Now, do you have the staffing to test that all the pieces are there and to assemble the puzzles, or is it buyer
And
beware? Okay,
it's
all right.
as is.
Okay, very good. Okay, so you're dependent on the community. Community is very generous in giving and buying and so forth. And the council resale is there to support the larger organization. So if you could tell me more about that organization itself and some of its goals and how you interact with the larger community.
Well, the organization, which is very near and dear to my heart, I'm one of the past presidents.
Okay.
And we have a large board, and we go out into the community and we look for needs in the community. Like I mentioned before, the Backpack Project and the Back to School Store. And we also collaborate with other organizations in our advocacy work. So what's important is that we find those needs in the community and we find ways to raise money or to write grants. Our executive director is a wonderful grant writer, and she finds the funds that we need. Something that I didn't mention was that we have a Kosher Meals on Wheels program, and it's the only one in Michigan. And especially during COVID, where people couldn't get out, it was very helpful. But we still serve a lot of people in the community that are homebound and cannot get out. And we have volunteers that pack the meals. We have volunteers that deliver the meals. It's a huge program. So we're very proud of our Meals on Wheels program.
In addition to that, what are some of the other programs that your organization runs?
Well, like I mentioned, we have a back to school store,
Right.
we have a backpack project, our advocacy work, we have state policy advocates. They are actually part of the national organization, and they make sure that our advocacy work is good, our promoting the vote. We have Green Committee. We're working on making the planet better for everybody. Gun violence prevention, we're very, very tuned into trying to do something with that. We meet with legislators. We go to Lansing and we lobby. Whatever is out there, the needs of the community, National Council of Jewish Women, Michigan, will be there.
Since we're in summertime now and the fall back to school will eventually get here, does the backpack program run all year or is it just fall? What are the details of
The
that?
backpack project, actually, there's two of them.
Okay.
One project is for the homeless children in Oakland County, and that takes place in the summer,
Okay.
where volunteers come and pack backpacks, and then we distribute them. The other project is the Back to School Store, which is the beginning of August. And we have social service agencies in the city of Detroit that come and pick up clothing and school supplies for children in their agencies. We also serve about 200 children who come actually to the school and get to shop. And before COVID, all the kids came to shop. But since
Right.
COVID, we had to kind of not be with a lot of
So
people.
when you say shop, what do you mean?
Well, they shop, and I say that with quotation marks. They come in and they have a personal shopper. They have a volunteer that takes them around the school. It's usually a gym, and there'll be a table of pants, and they get to pick out a pair of pants. They pick out a shirt, and they pick out a jacket, and socks, and underwear, and toothpaste, and toothbrush, and school supplies. And they don't pay,
Right.
and they take that home. And some of the stories that you hear from the children, they get a pair of socks and they'll say they've never had a new pair of socks before. They always had their older brothers. Or you give them a toothbrush and toothpaste and they'll say, I have to share my brother's toothbrush, now I have my own. Things that we take for granted
Right.
are so special to these children. And they get a warm coat to wear in the winter, and they get a hat, and they get mittens, and the smile on these children, it's just so heartwarming for us.
If someone wants to be involved in this project in any way, what do they do?
If they want to be involved in the project, just call our office. I'm assuming the number
Yep.
is up on the
We'll put it,
screen.
yep.
They can call the office and they can say, hey, I heard about the backpack project or back to school store, and somebody will get them to the right person so they can volunteer.
And you're sourcing the materials from the donations that go to?
Actually
Council
not.
No? Okay.
Actually not. Everything is purchased new.
Oh, okay.
Everything that the children get, the pants and the shirts and the sweatshirts, they're getting brand new clothing. And we fundraise, and like I said, we have, grants that we get to purchase the clothing. So nothing is from the resale store.
Very good. But the sales at the resale store are the funds from that,
Exactly.
the revenue from that. is
Yes,
supporting this.
they will provide us with the funds to purchase these items.
You want to talk a little bit about some of the advocacy programs, maybe the gun safety? you were
Sure,
talking
gun
about?
violence prevention.
Right, yeah.
We are advocates of that. We've gone to Lansing to speak with our representatives. We've collaborated with other organizations. Obviously, we want there to be more safety when it comes to gun violence. We want guns. We want safety precautions. We want them locked up. We want children to be safe. We don't want the shootings in the schools anymore. We're just trying everything we possibly can to get legislation passed so that there are laws in place. And there have been some laws that have come up recently, and we're very pleased that we've supported these representatives in the bills that they have written. So we're really proud that we were a part of that.
And how does the organization decide which projects or which issues to advocate for?
Well, we really try to choose the issues that impact women, children, and families. And that's where we choose them, where we can be the most effective. Promoting the vote is one, because if you don't get out and vote, then nothing can change.
Right.
So that's very important to us. And we have had where we go out and get people registered, because if you don't register, then you can't vote.
Right.
So we have gone to libraries and shopping centers, and we stand outside and get people to vote. And we have another initiative where we're trying to get people to get their family members to vote, their nieces, their nephews, their grandchildren, if they're of the age, to get them to register to vote.
And so how does someone, can you become a member of your organization, join a committee or a board to influence some of these choices?
Our organization used to be membership-based,
Okay.
but we have switched to a supporter base,
Okay.
which is very similar. We're just looking for people to support NCJW Michigan as opposed to be a member, because for some reason people don't want to just be a member. They want to support.
Okay.
Again, call the office, and we will get you in touch with committees. We have committees for all the things that I've talked about, all the programs. We have a huge fundraiser in the fall. It's called Women of Vision. We have a really interesting speaker this year. Her name is Rebecca Gregory. She was the survivor of the Boston Marathon bombing.
Okay.
So she's going to be speaking, and that's on September 26th. And it's going to be a wonderful day.
Is that an annual event?
It's an annual event.
Okay.
Yes.
And can you give me more information? What is the theme? How do you decide who's going to be the speaker?
Well, we have an agency that we work with that,
Okay.
that suggests speakers, and then we do our homework and we research to see which speakers would be good for our audience.
Okay.
And we've had Gloria Steinem, we've had Lauren Bush, we've had Elizabeth Smart, just a lot of
A wide range, yeah.
a very wide range. Last year we had John Quinones, and we have people that speak to our audience and speak to our mission.
Very good. And then, as you said, this is the only resale store that the organization has in Michigan, but the national organization, does it have similar resale stores around the country?
Other states that have a National Council of Jewish Women,
Yeah.
they also will have a resale store. There's a
Okay.
store in St. Louis. There's several stores in L.A.
Okay.
And I believe other NCJWs also have resale stores.
And that's the primary sort of funding mechanism for the national organization?
Well,
You as a council?
for us it is.
Okay.
Our store does so well,
Okay.
thanks to our manager, that we are able to fund so many of our programs.
Wow.
So I can't really speak to the
Sure.
others, but
Okay.
ours really does.
And so what is then the secret, if you want to share it, of running a successful resale store that is so prominent?
Well, I have a long history in the retail business, and I feel that you make a change by accepting everybody and welcoming everybody that walks in the door. And I've been there 2 years,
Okay.
and it's like the clients are family. We've become family, hugs and kisses when they walk in the door, about their children, their grandchildren, warm and welcoming. That's, I believe, the first thing. The second thing is making the store look like a boutique, like an upscale resale shop. It's a lot of hard work,
Right.
but we've managed to do that with the wonderful staff. We all work together and our wonderful volunteers. If it wasn't for the volunteers, we wouldn't be where we are today.
And when you say volunteers, that's the staff is all volunteers? How
No,
does-
the staff is staff.
Okay.
And the volunteers are the supporters of the organization that come in on a weekly basis
Okay.
and just help us around the store, whatever needs to be done. And I think also it's just everybody's welcoming, everybody's nice and pleasant. So I believe, and our price point is the third that draws in great
Right.
attention. We also have sales. So our sales are on a daily basis.
Daily?
Daily.
Okay.
It
Can you
could
give me an
be
example of the current sale or an upcoming?
upcoming sale.
Yeah.
Currently, right now, is the entire store is 50% off.
And that's just July sale or
Yes.
something? Okay, wow.
Yes, it's a July sale, a midsummer sale.
Very good.
So we got to move merchandise, but every day's a new sale, or it could be an extension from the day before.
Okay.
And then on September, we change the store over, which means that we go from summer to fall, winter. We change the store twice a year.
Okay.
And that leads up to our fall showcase, which will be September 15th.
Okay.
And it's always on a Sunday. We're never open on a Sunday, but twice a year. And September 15th is the date will be open.
Okay.
We have VIP, which means that you can purchase a VIP ticket for $25, all donation, and you get to shop in early.
Okay.
Come first, and you can shop an hour and a half prior to the store opens to the general public.
Wow. Okay.
Till 5 o'clock. And it's a big day because people are looking for that one-of-a-kind piece
Special
for the
item.
fall and winter.
Now, do you, in the weeks or months leading up to September 15th showcase, as you get donations in, are there certain things that you and the staff set aside? Oh, we're saving this for showcase day.
Absolutely.
Okay.
When we get that special handbag in or that special St. John fall suit in, it goes to the side and everything's saved.
So we have, here's another photo, orange. anything you want to say about any of these? Let me know. I'm going to go through
Well,
the
that's a great fall look.
Okay.
And it's perfectly put together, lovely, and yeah, that will come out probably in September.
Okay. Then we've got,
And that's our men's department, again,
Okay.
for fall showcase. We carry wide range of sizes also. That's very important. We have from extra small all the way up to plus sizes
very good.
for men and women.
And then this is I have this last clothing. So are these just assemblies you staff put together with various things that come in?
That come in. Exactly.
So what's amazing about the fall showcase is that leading up to it, we have a bag sale. We have, is it 75% off?
Well, this year's a
Oh,
special
this year we're doing
amount.
90% off,
wow.
right?
Yes.
Because it's our 90th year. And then Rochelle will tell you about that in a second. But after we have our bag sale and the 90% off, the store is totally cleared out.
Right.
It's empty.
Start
And then
fresh.
we start fresh with the fall clothing. And Rochelle and her staff and the volunteers put everything together.
So we only have a few moments. So tell me about this 90% off. So what is this?
So we're celebrating, the council resale has been in business for 90 years. And this is our 90th anniversary. And it's a great year to look out for great events at the store, special events. And we normally do, after bag sale, we do a 75% off. This year we're doing the entire store 90% off in celebration of our 90th year. And we're giving back to our customers. So it's going to be a big deal.
And is that aligned with the September 15th?
Yes, that's
Okay.
just a few days before the September 15th, actually that week.
Okay.
When we'll be closed 3 days prior to September 15th to change the store over.
Okay.
And during the year, we're going to have special sales leading up to our 90th anniversary celebration event.
Okay.
We're going to have an event in the spring to celebrate.
Any details about that event you can share, or is it still being planned?
It's still being planned, but we are planning a fashion show, so that's a little teaser.
Wow, very
Yes.
good. Okay, right there in the store.
No, we're going to have it out somewhere.
Oh, wow.
Offsite. I did want to mention, though, Chris, real quickly, to the people that want to donate,
Yes.
if they are not able to get to the store, please feel free to call the store, and I can send somebody out to pick up your donations. And or if it's a large donation, we send a truck. So please feel free to call me anytime to set up that.
Fantastic. Everyone can see the contact info on the stage. It's going to play music in just a moment. So I'd like to thank Sandi and Rochelle for coming out. Council ReSale, you can see the information there. And let me show you both logos there. Council ReSale, which is fashion resale at its best, and the National Council of Jewish Women of Michigan chapter. This is fantastic. Thank you for being a part of Berkley Local. And a little bit later, we're going to go look at some shoes in our lobby.
Thank you for
Thank you
having
for
us.
having us.
Thank you. Very good.